Homer by John Addington Symonds. The first fact which the student has to notice is that in the Homeric poems a modern reader finds no trace of this passion. It is true that Achilles, the hero of the Iliad, is distinguished by his friendship for Patroclus no less emphatically than Odysseus, the hero of the Odyssey, by lifelong attachment to Penelope, and Hector by love for Andromache. But in the delineation of a friendship of Achilles and Patroclus, there is nothing which indicates the passionate relation of the lover and the beloved as they were afterwards recognized in Greek society. This is the more remarkable because the love of Achilles for Patroclus added, in a later age of Greek history, an almost religious sanction of a martial form of paiderastia. In like manner the friendship of Idomeneus for Meriones and that of Achilles after the death of Patroclus for Antilochus were treated by the later Greeks as paiderastic. Yet, insomuch as Homer gives no warrant for this interpretation of the tales in question, we are justified in concluding that homosexual relations were not prominent in the so-called heroic age of Greek. Had it formed a distinct feature of the society depicted in the Homeric poems, there is no reason to suppose that the authors would have abstained from delineating it. We should see that Pindar, Æschylus and Sophocles, the poets of an age when paiderastia was prevalent, spoke unreservedly upon the subject. Impartial study of the Iliad leads us to the belief that the Greeks of the historic period interpreted the friendship of Achilles and Patroclus in accordance with subsequently developed customs. The Homeric poems were the Bible of the Greeks and formed the staple of their education. Nor did they scruple to arrest the sense of the original, reading like modern bibliolators the sentiments and passions of a later age into the text. Of this process a good example is afforded by Æschylus in the oration against Telemachus. While discussing this very question of the love of Achilles, he says, "He, indeed, conceals the love, and does not give its proper name to the affection between them, judging that the extremity of the fondness would be intelligible to instructed men among his audience." As an instance, the orator proceeds to quote the passage in which Achilles laments that he will not be able to fulfill his promise to Meriones by bringing Patroclus home to Opus. He is here clearly introducing the sentiments of an Athenian hoplite who had taken the boy he loved to Circus and seen him slain there. Homer stood in a double relation to the historical Greeks. On one hand, he determined their development by the influence of his ideal characters. On the other, he underwent from them interpretations which varied in the spirit of each successive century. He created the national temperament, but received in turn the influx of new thoughts and emotions occurring in the course of its expansion. It is therefore highly important, on the threshold of his inquiry, to determine the nature of that Achillean friendship to which the panegyrists and apologists of the custom make such frequent reference.